entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Welcome to another Monday Night Live training, where your journey to business success accelerates. Join us for insights, strategies, and tools to elevate your business while keeping your budget in mind. It's time to transform your passion into profit. Your host, Corey Fonville Foster, is about to take the stage. Get ready to be inspired and empowered. The future of your business starts now.
Hey guys, it's so funny. I'm so not supposed to be live, but I realized as it was going on, I said, oh, I forgot to hit the right button. So you're going to get it a little early tonight. That's okay. That's what happens when I'm trying to hurry up. I have to go visit a loved one who is dealing with some medical things. And so I was trying to record it early and I hit the wrong button. So we're live now. Oh, well, that's just what it is. Let me work out the text stuff. Give me 1 second. But how you guys doing? Happy Monday. I'm sorry. It's just so funny. I really was like, oh, and I'm live for real right now. Oh, well, then you're live. Hopefully you guys had a great last week. Let me just fix the settings. We figured out what was kind of glitching, and I have to go in and hit a button. There we go. Public. So that everyone will be able to see what we're doing here. So we copy the link. Technology. It's so funny because we're going to be talking about technology tonight. So I think that it's funny that I'm having some, not even a technology snafu, but having some fun with technology tonight, we'll say. That's okay. We'll make it work. I'm very much like, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just got to get it done. So yes, we're a little early. We're actually an hour early, but at least we're here. My goal is to never miss a Monday. And so we are still on track for that. Fair enough? All right. And if you happen to be here, tell me, hey. I know nobody's expecting me to be here right now, but hey, it is what it is. I'm just going into all the places and letting people know that we're live a little bit early. We're live. Join us. All right. For those of you who do watch us or are watching live, please know that we are usually here at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so you're not losing your mind. And if you happen to be trying to tune in at 6 and you're like, dang, she was already live, it's just one of them days. But yeah, usually 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, every single Monday, we are live and in the house. I try my hardest to make sure we are truly live, but every now and then, and we'll talk more about technologies tonight, we have to pre-record it and then let it be live. Which is a blessing for entrepreneurs. We're not always available at the time we want to be because life happens. And so we try to mitigate having to move times around by just using technology to our advantage. All right, so we are posting. I think I'm everywhere I should be, and everybody should be able to see it. So again, hello, happy Monday. Yes, we're a little bit early, but better early than late, I say. One thing I want to do is shout out to Maryland. I was up in Maryland this past weekend. I got invited to speak at the Rethinking Me. This is their second, well, this is the 1 year anniversary brunch. They had a brunch last year, so it's the second brunch, but they were celebrating the anniversary of the company. And I got to go and speak to some amazing individuals. And it was a good time. And we had brunch. I love a gig where I can speak and eat. It was so nice. I got to connect with an old friend, make some new acquaintances. So if I saw you in Maryland and you happen to tune in, I know some of you were like, where's your social media? If you happen to be here, hey, it was great seeing you guys. Thank you for being such an amazing audience and being interactive because that makes it easier for me. I know a lot of you guys who are in our private community are speakers as well as coaches and consultants. And it doesn't matter how rehearsed you are. It doesn't matter, how many times you've done it. You still want to put on a good talk. You still want to have interaction. And I still get the butterflies. I really do, because I want to do well, because I want to make a difference and the individuals that I am talking in front of. It's not just to talk, it's really to make sure that they have an experience that's worthwhile and that it shifts something in their lives, makes them think a little differently, act a little differently, and moves them closer to their full potential. So shout outs to you guys. It was so great to see you. If any of you are in the Richmond, Virginia area, I'll be seeing you guys in a couple of days. And then towards the end of the month, I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia, connecting with you guys. So, and I already know some of you, I'm like, we're going to have lunch. We gonna connect. So I'm excited to see you all there as well. We're going to make this really short tonight because we're talking about technology, and I know what's going to happen. I'm going to mention all of these different apps, software, whatever you want to call them, and y'all are going to say, how do we get the list? Simply, I'm going to go through these real quick on our Monday Night Talk. I'm going to tell you why they're important, how they can be used. But what I'm going to do is, I have my notes here. I am going to make a PDF for you guys. If you want the PDF of the full list, definitely just hit me in the comments. If you're in the private community, I will also put it in the guide section. Currently in the guide section is last year's, the year before's affordable list of resources. So some of these are in there, some of them are not. Some of these I've used personally, some of them my clients have used, and some people in our industry use. They are different price points. Sometimes you got to pay to play. So please don't think all these apps are free. Some of them do have free trials. Some of them have free plans along with paid plans as well. So keep that in mind. If I am talking about a category and you use something that I don't mention, feel free to comment it. I will never be able to comprise a full list in any of these categories because every day something new is coming out. And a lot of times people are able to utilize different software that maybe wasn't meant for coaches and consultants to run their business. So keep that in mind. All right, before we dive in, I just want to reintroduce myself. My name is Corey Farmer Foster. I'm a speaker, trainer, certified business coach, and the CEO of iRock Marketable Business Solutions. We are based here in Virginia, but we service amazing coaches and consultants, speakers, and authors all over the country. So that is what we do. That is who we are. And every single Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do these Monday Night Lives. We actually have a private free Facebook community where you are guaranteed to see the Facebook Live. And then usually whatever platform you're watching on right now, we are also there. But I always guarantee the private community gets it along with our coaching clients get the video. The coaching clients actually have their own portal where they can see not only 2024, but 2023 lives as well. And they're there really nicely so they don't have to go through all the posts to find them. All right. So let's go ahead and dive in because like I said, we got to be quick tonight, but I promise I will be thorough. So tonight we're talking about enhancing client experiences through technology. Oh, and even if I'm going fast, guys, feel free to comment. If you have a question, comment, concern, I will go back and respond. I don't know if I'll catch anybody while I'm talking, but I promise I'll go back. So if you have a question or you need more clarity, just pop a message in. Especially on Facebook, they'll put a timestamp for me and I'll be able to see what I was talking about when you asked the question. All right, so back to the topic, enhancing client experiences through technology. Now, I know that a lot of us who came into entrepreneurship, I call it the non-traditional way, we were not trained in the technologies that we have available. We weren't trained in those avenues. We weren't trained on those platforms. When I transitioned over to doing this type of work, it was really hard because not only was I not trained to utilize a lot of the things we're going to talk about today, but I also wasn't trained on basic things like emailing with like BCCs and stuff because I wasn't in corporate. I was in the medical field. So if you are familiar with anything medical, we have HIPAA, which means that our communication is tightly regulated. We have our own internal systems that we utilize, and it's a certain way we go about it. We're not going to BCC nobody because most people ain't going to have access to anybody's record. And so because of that, it even took me a long time just to understand basic emailing etiquette and things like that when I transitioned over. So I want you to not feel like you can never learn these things. I don't want you to feel like you have to learn all of these things. I am very honest with clients. Some of them are just not super tech savvy. And I say, you know what, this may be the place where you learn enough to be dangerous. You learn, what platforms you might want to use, how you can utilize them, how they'll fit into your budget and work within your business, but then hire somebody to manage it. And then to know how you can get reports from them, because not everybody is going to be tech savvy. There's certain things that I know personally I don't want to look at. There are certain types of systems that give me severe anxiety. I always tell people, if it looks like it's like a website configuration, I don't want no parts of it because it stresses me out. And so I do encourage you guys, and this is why I'm going to give you several options for each category to look at them. I always say look on YouTube, especially if you are kind of stuck in between a few choices for a category. Look at YouTube, type them all in. And a lot of people have spent tons of time making this versus that type videos where they tell you pros, cons, differences in price, format, usage, all of those things. You can also put in the platform that you think you may want and put in what you do. So you can put in Honeybook, right? CRM system. We'll talk more about that in a moment. And then put in like fitness coach, right? Photographer, whatever you are. And then you might find videos, and I say might because I don't want to guarantee it, but I haven't come across a situation where I didn't find a video showing how somebody in that industry utilizes that platform. So sometimes we got to do a little research. But I think it really helps to make it worth your while. Now, if you work with me, we're going to talk. You're not going to have to do all that research. I'm going to let you know what platforms I suggest for you, what platforms most of my clients use that my team is familiar with, what fits in your budget and what works for you as far as your industry and, who's going to manage all the things. But if you're doing this work yourself, don't just jump into it and say, oh, Corey said this one works. I'll just, any, mini, miny, mo. Absolutely not. They're all different. They all have different pricing structures, have different, things that they offer. They all look differently. And so make sure that they fit what you're trying to do, who you are as a brand, and then also you can afford it. And when I say afford it, I mean can afford it for at least a year. All the platforms we're going to talk about have to be set up in some way, even if it's a quick setup or a long setup. And so you want to ensure that you're not wasting your time by taking time to not only set it up, but go through the learning curve of understanding the platform and paying for it just for you to not have the money to keep it and lose it all. I've heard people who like invest in things like Kajabi, again, we'll mention it in a moment, where it's about $200 a month at the low end. And people will pay to have their website put in there, have email campaigns put in there, put their email lists in there, make landing pages and funnels just in 5 months to not be able to afford it. You've paid what, $1,000 or so to whatever, you don't do math. And now you've lost all that. That's just to Kajabi, you paid all that money, not to mention the people who have paid that you paid to put all the stuff in, or you've taken the time to put all that stuff in. So we want to ensure that you can have it for at least a year. If your business is steadily growing, I always tell people, don't be afraid to make changes, at the end of the year to a new platform if you have to. I know it doesn't sound fun, but it happens. We grow. We don't know sometimes what we'll need because we're not there yet. So just keep that in mind. All right, so let's get into some of these systems or tools that we can use. So first, let's talk about CRM systems. I've talked about them in the past. CRM systems are customer relationship management systems. They are amazing. I used to think of them more for people ready to scale, but if I'm going to be honest, if I could have had a CRM system at the very first day of my business, I would have had it. Sometimes it gets a little stressful if you're not making money yet to invest in a system where it's about clients, not necessarily. Part of it is about getting clients, but most of the functions are about like actually working with clients. So I can get how like that wouldn't be your top priority when you start your business and you're not even making money yet. But if I could go back and tell, baby entrepreneur Corey, you need a CRM, I definitely would. Just because it would be nice to be able to see all the years of my business, all those reports, have all those email templates and contracts in one place. I would just have so much more data. And I've had clients who have come back who came before my system got set up, and it sucks to have to now put them in, and I don't have any of their old stuff in this new system. Because we were not even, I used to keep a binder of contracts. Like it was a thing. So CRM systems are really great. Depending on the CRM system, you can have it do things like track where a client's journey is within your business. So when they do an inquiry, when you follow up with them, when you set up a meeting, when you send out a proposal or an invoice to them, when they sign their contract, if you're planning their project, when you complete it, you can archive it. And now you actually, in some of these platforms, can customize that journey. You may have multiple journeys, and I'm just using the word journey so you understand. The system may call it something different. But it basically allows you to visually see and keep track of where people are within your business, which is really nice. Some of them will also allow you to email individually and in bulk. Some of them, most of them, if not all, will allow you to create proposals and send them out, get paid directly through the system, put tasks that you have to do and track tasks, allow people to schedule appointments with you, upload data or like any kind of documents. You are able to upload things. Your clients are able to upload things. They have their own portals. It makes you look super professional. So I'm just going to give like a light overview because again, I've talked about CRMs before, and if you Google what a CRM or customer relationship management system is, you'll get a little bit more information. But some of the ones that I'm recommending, and again, if you want the full list of all of these platforms, just say me in the comments and I promise I will get it to you. But some of my favorite CRMs are definitely going to be HoneyBook and Dubsado. I talk about them all the time. My preferred is HoneyBook. That's the one I actually use for my business. And it's very affordable. Dubsado is basically its twin. But again, when I tell you about how things are formatted, Dubsado's visual, the way that you are interacting with it looks different. And that for me makes HoneyBook rise to be my number one. Also, I've had clients use HubSpot. I don't like it, but they do. I think you just need to be a little bit more tech savvy. As far as the interface goes, it's not as user friendly, but it has a lot of the same functionality. But you also have Zoho, Insightly, Fresh Sales, and I think it's called Bitrix 24. And again, if you want the list, I have them typed up and I have a little description with them. Just comment me below. Then you have your interactive platforms. Now, this is what these platforms fall under. But what I would say to make it easy for you to understand is they do multiple things, but the thing they have in common is you can have digital products like courses. A lot of coaches and consultants have courses, whether they are live courses or on demand. If you are licensing your talks, a lot of my consultants are licensing their talks with schools and companies. You can house those presentations in one of these platforms. You can do them live if you want to in a lot of these platforms as well. And a lot of them will connect to outside platforms. So if you've already invested in a Zoom, in a Google Meet or what have you, you are able to connect them to that platform. You have to look and see before you spend your money where it connects, and what it connects to. But a lot of them do have that capability. So I always say, like, let's see what's going to build on what you already have. You've already invested in like the paid version of Zoom, then you might want to find an e-course platform that will connect to it. Same with your CRM. You might want to find a CRM that connects to whatever calendar software you're using and video software you're using, so that you're not wasting your money and everything will connect. All right, so some of these platforms: Teachable, Thinkific, Kajabi. Kajabi is definitely my favorite. Thinkific is one that I recommend if your funds are extremely limited, because it's going to give you just enough. You can still get money, like they can still pay you and all of that. They don't charge you a commission of your sales, which is nice. Like, you pay them your monthly fee and you keep everything else for yourself, whatever your sales are. Thinkific is cool. It just doesn't look as pretty and it doesn't have as many of the bells and whistles that Kajabi has. Teachable comes in for me at in the third position, because it's okay. It's okay. If you already paid for it, can you use it? Absolutely. If you haven't started, with one of these systems, would I recommend Kajabi instead? Absolutely. But it works. You also have Podia, Udemy. Now, Udemy, and I didn't have this up here, but there's also a mastermind one. Udemy and mastermind kind of go hand in hand. When you sign on with them, the perk of both of the mastermind.com and Udemy is that they have their own directory. So it's not up to you necessarily to market your courses. However, they're going to take their commission. They're going to take it, and they're going to mastermind charges you a fee to be on the platform as well. So they may market you and people have, a chance of coming across your stuff. However, you're losing a bigger percentage of your sales. And I personally like to own all my stuff. I'm not sure for Mastermind, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but for Udemy, I know for certain you do not own your client information. So if 20 people bought my course on Udemy, I would just know that they bought it. I may see just like their name, but I don't have like name, email, phone number, etc. So I cannot go effectively outside of Udemy and market to them, which is a bummer. So that's why I really like Teachable, Kajabi, and Thinkific, because it's yours. They make you make basically a home for yourself on those platforms. You can incorporate any domains you own onto those platforms so that it looks like your business. You're just using the software versus a Udemy and a mastermind.com. You're utilizing their software on their platform in their directory. So it's a little different. You have Learn Worlds and Ruzuku. You also have, I put at the end, Kartra and ClickFunnels. Most of you, I would not recommend a Kartra or ClickFunnels if you don't have some extra coinage. Kartra is not bad, but I feel like they're steadily growing. I just don't think it's as user friendly as the others. And I feel like if you have a team and you're selling a lot of high ticket, cool. ClickFunnels, I really think that if you're not training ClickFunnels, you have to have the money to hire somebody, because ClickFunnels is really pushing out a lot of new cool things, but it's not easy to use for just regular person off the street. It's just not. I'm not saying it can't be learned, but it is not one of those like intuitive type of platforms. That's why ClickFunnels is always having trainings and webinars, and you can actually go and get certified to do ClickFunnels for other people. It's a beast. It's an amazing beast, but it's a beast. Could you use it as your home for your business? Absolutely, but you got to either be real tech savvy or have the money to outsource the workers to do the things. Okay. So those are my recommendations for interactive, basically e-course digital product platforms. Yes, they do more than just that. For instance, I use Kajabi for my personal business, and currently we have our website there. We do our emailing from there. If we do events like funnels, we do it from there. Our lead magnets are there. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of what else. Courses, other digital products. There's a lot of stuff in there. I'm sure I'm missing things, but it has a lot. That is the home of our platform. Now, early on, we definitely were Team Thinkific. Back when you could get you got like 3 courses for free back in the day. And then it was like $40, something like that, $40 a month. And we were there. We were there for like 2 years, and then we moved on to Kajabi, and we've been happy there ever since. And I will say at this point, we have thought about moving to ClickFunnels, but I just haven't had time to learn it enough to be willing to move. Because again, as your business grows, your needs grow, and I personally like an all-in-one. I like to have everything in one place, make sure my team understands how to use it, and it's just easier than having to have things intertwine with one another. All right, so let's move on. I call this my other category, but it's mostly 2 different things: scheduling software and communication software. Now, remember, most of these things are meant for clients you already have, but of course, a lot of these things can also help you acquire new clients as well. Okay, so you could do both. So scheduling, this is a big pet peeve for me. I'm kind of a scheduling snob, I'll admit. And it's crazy because back in the day, I definitely was that person to say, hey, can we meet? When are you free? When are, we go back and forth. What time zone? Send me 3 times that work for you, and I'm going to check. And it was a whole thing. It took up so much time. Now I do better because I know better. I do better because I know better. So I definitely recommend, if you are going to be doing business, that you have a scheduling software. At least, even if you have like a free plan, because I think Calendly still has a free one where you can have like one type of, they call it event, but one link. Um, it's still worth having it because most of the people that I work with, coaches and consultants, work people all over the country, different time zones. You do not want to seem unprofessional trying to figure out when you can meet. And then you have to remember to put on your schedule, remember to tell them to put on their schedule, and maybe remember to type up a reminder. It's a lot. It's a lot. So what I'm going to recommend is you get one of these amazing platforms, because not only do they allow people to schedule with you, they also have additional like automations that will allow you to look professional. I get a text reminder that a meeting is coming up. My potential and current clients get a text reminder. They get an email reminder. They get a link to the call that we're going to have, because I do only Zoom calls to make it easy. I don't want to be on nobody's phone, and I don't want to be in person for the most part. So it automatically sets it up. It connects it to my Zoom. It connects it to my calendar. It won't let me double book myself. I can put if somebody rescheduled or if they no-showed. I can also set it up to send additional information after or before a call. It allows me to do like a quick questionnaire to gather information before calls. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that, if I didn't say it already, that's Calendly is the one we use. But some others are Acuity, Setmore, Square Appointments, You Can Book Me, 10 to 8, and Simple Book. Now, I will say Calendly is probably going to be your cheapest and user-friendly. However, I'm always honest. They have horrible customer service. Horrible customer service. If you run into an issue, get your mind right. Get your glass of wine. It's going to be a minute. It's very hard to get someone on the phone. It's very hard to get a real person. It's very hard to get things resolved. But most of you will not run into issues. Only reason why we ran into an issue is because we have our own business account. And I had a client who needed me to come onto their team to do some sales calls, and it jacked up my account. And then when I had to try to fix it, it was a whole thing. But outside of that, we've been using it for many, many years. Haven't had an issue. I have clients that use it every day, all day. Never had an issue. So I think you'll be okay. But I always like to just be honest and say we did have a really bad customer service experience with them. But we still came back because they're the least expensive, that do the most, and we paid to set it up. So it was a thing. Now, I said this was kind of the other category outside of scheduling. I label this kind of communication. This, especially for coaches, gives you a little boost that you can charge, but also gives your high ticket clients better access to you. I'm a millennial, and I'm gonna just preface it with this. I don't like people calling me. Do I have a business phone? Yes, I do. It's not next to me at the moment. Where my high ticket clients do have my phone number, like my one-on-one clients and my really high tier coaching marketing clients. Yes, they have my number. However, I really want you guys to refrain from giving everybody a number and letting people call you, because people will do what people do and they will use up all your time. When people think they have the ability to call you and talk, they are going to be using up essentially coaching time, business time, and it's going to be harder to track. So something I do recommend adding is not giving out your phone number, but having a WhatsApp, having a Boxer, having and I forgot to put this one, I'll add it, having a Slack, so that you can set up teams, you can set up discussions, you can set it up so that they have access to reach you, but it's on your time when you want to respond. Some of these will also allow you, actually all of them. Yeah, I think all of them. I have to think about Boxer, but WhatsApp and Slack will allow you to set up groups too. So say you have different cohorts of group coaching clients, or you want to put your high tickets by themselves, you have the ability to make different groups within these apps, and keep communication pretty steadily. I definitely, if you've ever heard me talk about Boxer, it's not for me. Boxer definitely irked my nerves because it made like a weird sound, and if I didn't leave the sound on, I would forget all about it. Slack is okay, but it can be a lot. It can be a lot. You can get overwhelmed. So definitely think about these platforms. Think about if you or one of your team members is going to Be on it. Be clear about expectations before you onboard people into these platforms and say, this is when I talk, this is when I respond, this is how this is going to work. So they're not expecting you to be like constant. Back in the day, I actually used to give people my number. And when I tell you people abuse it, they would call me. I'd be in bed. And the way my anxiety set up, I would feel so crazy if I didn't get up and do, check on what they wanted. So no, save yourself some energy, set some boundaries. These are some great communication tools. Next, let's talk about automating some additional communication for some efficiency in your business. Email automation is going to be your friend. If you're on our email list, you know that we send out at least one value email every week. We're not trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to give you value. We send out our Monday live reminders and our Monday night live replays. And these are short, like you'll know what it's about because it's in the title. You ain't even got to read it. If you're interested in the Monday Night Live replay, you'll just click. If you're interested in learning more about what we're going to be talking about on Monday, you'll just click. So we make it really simple. There's no like clickbait. It's like, here you go. And then if we have an event, we may market that, but we try not to bombard our people with too many emails because I don't like too many emails coming to me. But the cool thing about these emailing platforms is not just that you can send an email, because you can send an email in Google, right? You can send a Gmail or what have you. It's about being able to see the reports of the emails, because you may think an email is amazing. You may chuckle and be like, oh, I was so witty when I wrote this. But you don't know, if you send it through Gmail, how many people it went to, how many people opened it, how many people clicked it, how many people converted from it, bounce backs, all kinds of information. You want to be able to see reports. And a lot of these emailing platforms also have additional features. Some will allow you to sell digital products. Some will let you do landing pages. Some will let you set up email campaigns versus just sending out broadcasted emails. Some will let you have triggers. So if this happens, they get this email. Or if this happens, they get that email. There's some pretty cool things in there. So my personal favorite is going to be GetResponse. We were GetResponse folks until we moved to Kajabi. MailChimp is also cool. They've stepped their game up, but they are a little bit more pricey. I always put like GetResponse and MailChimp kind of hand in hand, but MailChimp truly is just more expensive. A lot of people think they are not because they look at the price as soon as you go into the pricing section, but you need to look at how many people they'll allow you to email, because that shows you. I think GetResponse sets theirs at like 1,000 initially, and then MailChimp sets theirs at 500. Now you may be sitting on no emails right now, like a no email list, or like 100, 200 people, and you may say, well, 500 is all I need. But if you're truly working your business and growing your email list like you should, you're going to hit 500 pretty quickly. And when it jumps from 500 to I think 1,000 in MailChimp, it's a big price jump versus if you just paid GetResponse for the 1,000. And again, we want to keep the same platform for at least a year. So you don't want to be bouncing in between. Plus, most if not all of these platforms give you a discount if you pay for the year up front versus if you pay month to month. So you want to be pretty confident in your choice. And if, like I said, if you're doing business the way you should be doing business, then you should get to 1,000 people in your email list pretty quickly. Some other emailing platforms: Constant Contact, Active Campaign, and I've heard good things about both. I've had clients use them. Sendinblue, ConvertKit again. That one I'll actually add Flowdesk to it. A lot of these, so if we go Active Campaign and Constant Contact, they're probably neck and neck. ConvertKit and Flowdesk, neck and neck. I said Sendinblue, and then Aweber. I've only had one client who was very new to me come in using Aweber. I thought it was okay. Again, if you already paid for it, you can use it. But it wasn't like, my favorite. Next category, chatbots. I kind of got mixed feelings about it, but I think that as your business grows, I don't think it's a waste of money to invest in them. But however, this is not one of my you got to have, especially early on in your business. It's not, and I'll say it again, it's not a gotta have, but it's like, oh, this is convenient, this is helpful, this is awesome. All right. So chat bots can be integrated into like websites, that can be integrated into social media to provide an instant response to someone who is trying to reach out. I will say that in some of the platforms I've already mentioned, they have a way for you to have those kind of automations without having a chat bot. Like even Facebook has a way that you can have like automatic responses to your business pages and things like that. You can even set up responses to like comments and things of that nature. But again, let's go through the tools. All right, you got ManyChat, you got Intercom, Drift, Chatfuel, Mobile Monkey. I think it's TDO, but I could be wrong. And Zendesk, and I think I've heard more about Zendesk than the others. There's also some what are they called? My brain just died. Hold on, let me look at my computer. Okay, extensions. There we go. There's also some extensions, like, oh, there we go. Chrome extensions. Goodness, thank you, Jesus, help me. There are also some Chrome extensions. Just be careful of scammers. Look at reviews to make sure that the price is what you think they are, if they're free, how they integrate. Do people have issues with them? But there are some Chrome extensions that also can help you as well. And a lot of times I find good ones through YouTube, kind of just looking and seeing what people are using. Also, automated reports. Again, some of this is covered in some of the platforms I already discussed. But if you're like, I just need some better reports, because they will allow you to make more informed decisions and keep track of the data that you need to be an effective business owner. We have Gouda. Jesus, I'm getting to the end because now I can't even talk. Google Data Studio. We have Microsoft Power BI. We have Domo, Zoho Analytics, Looker, Clipfolio. And I will also say to you guys who are using these freelancers, people love hiring people from Fiverr and Upwork, and I get it. I like it. But make sure people are giving you reports. Ask them how they're going to report to you, what reporting tools they use, just so that you know that you're getting what you're saying you're going to get. If they're doing emailing for you, if they're doing setting and closing for you, if they're doing SEO, whatever the case may be, that search engine optimization. If they're doing anything for you, make sure that you are able to see the results of their work. If they're going to run ads, how am I going to know that you did a good job? How am I going to be able to look at the data once you're gone? Make sure you're aware. Okay. We also want to talk about some personalization software. And this kind of allows you to personalize your clients' interactions based on previous behaviors they've done with the company. Some of that could be like we talked about emailing, and like having the triggers that make you do other things. But I'm gonna give you some more. Some of these may be repeats. So we have HubSpot coming in again, Mark E2, Pardot by Salesforce, ActiveCampaign, MailChimp again, Intercom, and Segment. Oh, then I have Adobe Experience Platform as well. You can use them. I wanted to include them in case anybody, some people just like all the extras. But again, all the platforms that I talked about earlier have personalization ability. It just depends on how much you want. That's all that matters. How much do you want it? And what are you using it for? But I wanted to give you there because I didn't want to say, hey, what about this? You also need some video conferencing tools unless you are strictly brick and mortar and you don't do anything digital and virtual. Of course, Zoom is going to come in at my favorite. Microsoft Teams and Google Meet are going to come in as a tie for second place. It just depends on what you may be already using, what type of work you're doing, and what you like. what you like. We also have Cisco, WebEx. We have GoToMeeting, BlueJeans, and Skype for business. For you guys who are doing more interview styles, you can also add Ecamm, Restream, and StreamYard. And I'll put a caveat. I'll add to this list for you if I mention it. These are interview style. So I said Ecamm, Restream, and I heard of another one just the other day, and I forgot to write it down. Yeah, I think I did. I'm like, I don't have it anywhere near me. And StreamYard. These are great because you can customize the visuals on the front end and still be able to conference and talk, and there's still chat and all the other features. I like these more for one-on-one interview versus like a Zoom is great for multiple people. So that'll give you that idea. And Ecamm is only available, I think, on Mac products. If you want more data, we have Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, Mixpanel, Heap, what else? Looker, Hotjar. Those are just some of them. I'm not going to give you all of them, but yeah, those are just some of the ones you can use, again, to be more informed, to pull data. But I really recommend, as you look through what types of software you want to use, because you definitely don't need all of these. Just see what the reports look like, what they include, and then if there's things that are missing, find a platform or a system that will give you those reports, or hire somebody who will get you those reports, because they may be able to make them for you. Excel spreadsheets are still real. Google Sheets is still real. So some things I'm like, is it worth investing? Some people like all the things, so I like to include them, but I would say take my list from top to bottom. The things that are mentioned in the earlier part is definitely going to be the things that I'm like, you need to have, versus as you get to the end, they're like, hey, if you want it, enjoy it. I told you tonight we're going to talk about a lot of tools and we were going to go fast, and that's exactly what we did. But I still gave you guys a good 41 minutes. But again, if you want this full list, definitely comment me below. If you want to talk to me and specifically talk about you and your business and what maybe you've already invested in and where you're trying to go and what systems you may need to make a more scalable, profitable, sustainable business, then just shoot me a message and we can definitely get you on a free call. We're always doing free strategy calls, and I would love to talk to you and be able to offer you some more personalized support. With that being said, guys, remember, I rock, you rock, we all rock, and I will talk to you guys soon. In the journey of entrepreneurship, success is often about having the right guidance and tools at your fingertips. Welcome to iRock Marketable Business Solutions, your compass to business excellence. We understand that as a service-based small business owner, your path to success is unique. That's why iRock offers a wide range of coaching and consulting services tailored to your needs. Imagine gaining the knowledge you need from the comfort of your own home. Explore our quick on-demand webinars, courses, and toolkits designed to accelerate your business growth. But we go beyond that. Join our vibrant community in our group coaching programs, or experience personalized guidance with our one-on-one coaching and consulting services. At iRock, every program comes with incredible bonuses. These bonuses are designed to support you on your journey, helping you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Some of our bonuses include expert speaker sessions, group Q&A calls, guides, checklists, scripts, and more. Ready to supercharge your business journey? Explore our coaching and consulting services. Get the guidance and tools you need to reach your goals. Empower your business with iRock Marketable Business Solutions. In the world of service-based small businesses, success isn't just about what you offer. It's about how you showcase it. Welcome to iRock Marketable Business Solutions, your partner in marketing excellence. We understand that as a small business owner, you wear many hats, but marketing doesn't have to be one of them. At iRock, we offer a range of marketing services designed with your success in mind. Our team is your team, working seamlessly to bring your vision to life. Imagine having a partner who can turn your ideas into captivating visuals. Picture content that resonates with your audience and drives engagement. Think about a brand that reflects your uniqueness and leaves a lasting impression. With iRock, you don't just In the world of service-based small businesses, success isn't just about what you offer. It's about how you showcase it. Welcome to iRock Marketable Business Solutions, your partner in marketing excellence. We understand that as a small business owner, you wear many hats, but marketing doesn't have to be one of them. At iRock, we offer a range of marketing services designed with your success in mind. Our team is your team, working seamlessly to bring your vision to life. Imagine having a partner who can turn your ideas into captivating visuals. Picture content that resonates with your audience and drives engagement. Think about a brand that reflects your uniqueness and leaves a lasting impression. With iRock, you don't just save money, you get more bang for your buck. Our services are budget friendly, so you can invest in growing your business. And we're all about consistency, no more false starts. Ready to take your marketing to the next level? Discover how we can make marketing easy, affordable, and consistent. Unlock the full potential of your marketing with iRock Marketable Business Solutions.